On this episode of FAMTripTV, we're here in New Orleans, not New Orleans. We're going to be looking at this world-class convention city, from its beautiful big box hotels through to its smaller boutique hotels that you can only find in the Crescent City, also known as the Big Easy, home of the Mardi Gras. So we're going to be looking at the hotels, we're going to be looking at the rich, authentic cuisine that can only be found here in Louisiana, and we're going to be meeting some of the beautiful characters that make up this stunning, stunning destination. So welcome to New Orleans. Herbert, hit it! After that amazing introduction to New Orleans, I'm now with Brian Beecham, who's the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Mardi Gras World and Blaine Kern Studios. And this is actually where they construct all of the floats that are used during Mardi Gras.
Absolutely. Welcome.
It's amazing. I can't get over the detail. And the fact that they rip these things down and reconstruct every year is mind-boggling.
It really is. And to be able to have an event and host it in a place where you can see it and you get to see behind the scenes, it's a wonderful place to come, and it's very unique. You know, you can't do this anywhere else in the world.
Anywhere else, exactly. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Brian.
Jen, I want to introduce you to Brian Kern here. He's the one who's going to be taking care of you and showing you around the River City complex. I want to thank you very much for coming out. I've got to get to my group, so I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Take care.
So, Brian, this facility that we're in right now feels a bit like a Hollywood stage, but I understand that you can use it for groups.
Yeah, this is the Grand Oaks Mansion. This is actually a recreation of a southern mansion. We've got large oak trees in here. They aren't real, they look real though. We've got a couple of shacks that we serve the liquor from and the food from, and a lot of small cocktail receptions take place in here. Anywhere from like a couple hundred up to 600-700 people.
Now, we walked over here from Mardi Gras World where the floats were being built, and I understand that you can use that as a group transportation option.
A lot of groups, when they come to New Orleans, are looking for a unique way to get here, and we actually, if they're at the convention center, we can bring a float down there with a high school marching band, with revelers, stilt walkers, and stage an actual parade to get the guest here. We have 500 plus floats in our fleet, but it's very unique. I mean, you can't do this anywhere else, only in New Orleans.
And being right next door to the convention center, you must get a lot of convention business.
We're doing a lot of the large conventions that come to New Orleans, and then we're right on the river, which is even better because at nighttime you got the river traffic, the bridges are lit up, it's quite spectacular.
And you could take a boat right from the event. So you come in on a float, you leave on a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
This is the River City Ballroom. On the bottom level here, we can actually do seated dinners for up to 1,000. And then we have the mezzanine up top, which we normally use for like concerts. We can do like a VIP lounge area up there. And then outside we have a large tent, a 50 by 140 tent, and we can actually do like crawfish boils outside. And being right on the river, we always have a great breeze coming in, so it's a great space. And between all three rooms, we can accommodate about 8,000 people. We work with all the top caterers in the city of New Orleans, which we have an abundance of. And we have our own in-house AV company, and we work with all the best companies in town for transportation, everything. So I mean, we're kind of a one-stop shop place for parties.
Perfect. It's a great space, Brian.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, amazing. We're back today at Mardi Gras World with Barry Kern, who's the president of the space, and he is going to share with us a very important environmental announcement that has come out since we've arrived here in the city of New Orleans. Barry, what's happened?
Well, just yesterday, Tulane University here in New Orleans announced the new River Sphere. It's going to be a center for excellence in renewable energy forms, but it's going to be a research facility that will also have some public areas, conference areas, things like that, but learning about renewable energy. But most importantly, they're going to have here in the river 2 large turbines on barges that will create clean energy. And this entire facility, as well as our convention center facility next to us, will be getting energy from this green source right here in our Mississippi River right next to us, which really kind of puts, obviously, our facility, Mardi Gras World, in New Orleans on the cutting edge, but what it really does is it actually puts the entire state and this region on the cutting edge of green technology. It's a great announcement and a great thing for New Orleans.
You should be proud. It's very
Absolutely.
exciting. Thank you, Barry, for sharing and for
Thanks.
bringing us back. So Paul, tell me what we're doing.
Well, we're out at John Lafitte Swamp Tours. We're about 18 miles from downtown New Orleans on a custom-built boat that goes out in the bayous. Tours go out daily at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock during the season. Each cruise about an hour and 45 minutes. The captain does a full narration from start to finish. The captain is a local tour guide, local boys from the bayous, most of them. And they're going to tell you a lot about the foliage you're seeing, about the reptiles and the animals that are out, a lot about Cajun history and lore, but a lot about their own personal life. Cabs are born and raised down here in the bayous, so you might get some information about crabbing or shrimping or just a local Cajun way of lifestyle.
Now the alligators, I'm assuming we're going to see some alligators out here.
We should see plenty of alligators. We'll get up close and personal. We're inside the National Park and Preserve, so the alligators are protected and not hunted. They don't see us as a threat. We've been doing tours now since 1990, up to 3 to 4 trips a day. Some of the juvenile ones or younger ones, they'll come on up and inspect the boat and see what's going on a little bit. They can't jump out of the water. When the head comes up, the tail goes down, so they can't jump too high.
Oh, good.
So no worries for that.
No worries. John Abbott is my host this evening, who has us on the Creole Queen, and we're going to take a cruise up the Mississippi River.
And actually we're going to be going down the river too, because when we depart our dock here at the foot of Canal Street, we actually go downriver, past the French Quarter and the wonderful St. Louis Cathedral, down to about where the Chalmette battlefield is, and we turn around and come back. And then of course we have our award-winning dinner jazz cruise, which is every night, which embodies everything that New Orleans has to offer. Good friends, a lot of good spirits, super food, and wonderful New Orleans Dixieland jazz.
We're going to be gone for about 2 hours tonight.
That is correct.
Okay. And how many people would the boat hold?
We are certified for over 1,000, but we limit it to 800. And for reserved dining, we have 454 table seats. And we have a lot of bars to go with those table seats, so it's a good evening.
Good evening. Well, I'm looking forward to it, John. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Well, welcome to the New Orleans Marriott.
Thank you.
I'm Mark Barton, Director of Sales Marketing, and we're just so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
I see you got your cup of Starbucks this morning.
I did.
Yes?
Yeah, I stopped in the lobby and grabbed it on my way out for my walk.
Oh, good. How was your walk?
Beautiful. It's 75 degrees, sunny.
This is always a great time in the city.
It's nice.
Yeah, well, before we get started this morning, I thought that we might grab a bite of breakfast. Are you ready for that?
I am.
All
Yeah,
right.
I worked up a little appetite, so it's perfect.
Oh, good. Well, let's go.
Thank you.
Jennifer, we set this spectacular New Orleans breakfast for you this morning. We're hoping that it'll help you recover from your walk around the city. Culinary expertise is one of the signature items here at this property, and I think you'll agree once you get to dig into this breakfast.
That looks beautiful. So, Mark, I want to thank you very much because you have stepped up graciously as a representative of the Marriott and brought us in and housed us for the next few days, and I want to thank you because I know that the crew have really been enjoying their stay.
Well, we really appreciate you coming here and doing this FAM so planners can see what a great city New Orleans is for their meetings. We've got 80,000 square feet of meeting space here. We've got the largest hotel ballroom in the state of Louisiana, 27,089 square feet. You can do receptions for 3,600, sit-down dinners for 1,800, and this is the kind of food that you can expect. Everything that you see set on the table today, we can also reproduce in that meeting space. There's a variety of venues around town where we actually go and cater the food, and we'll guarantee the same quality in those venues as we do if you're right upstairs in this fabulous meeting space that we have. You'll also note that all the meeting space is brand new. We just renovated the ballroom in the 3rd floor in 2007. We came down to the 2nd floor in 2008. It's just spectacular. I think you're going to really love it.
Perfect. So, who is with us today?
Well, this is our executive chef, Mr. Mark Whitney, and he's responsible for all this beautiful food we have on the table right now.
This is just, for us, this is plain. From literally, we have a local cane syrup parfaits to soft shell crab benedicts, brandy batter French toast, of course beignets, because we're living here in New Orleans.
So you're trying to fatten me up. That's what
Never trying to fatten you up. There are no calories on property.
Oh.
It's the most important thing.
Perfect.
None whatsoever.
Oh, you know, I have to say, Mark, the view this morning out of my bedroom was beautiful.
Jennifer, with 1,329 rooms and 54 suites included in that, I mean, we can handle quite large groups. But even for those groups that may overflow out of that, we've got a variety of hotels that are also Marriotts in the area, the JW Marriott right across the street. We've also got the Renaissances that are here in the city as well. But directly across the street, we've also got the Sheraton Hotel, which we have partnered with them before for groups that are, say, 1,300 to 1,500, all the way up to 1,700. We throw a red carpet across the street, and the police stop the traffic, and they go to breakouts in one hotel and come to the breakouts over here. So it really works out quite well. We actually call that the French Quarter connection. But it also shows how this community works together.
I noticed when we were coming in, the networking that was happening in your beautiful lobby and that soft seating that you had set up, it was beautiful.
Yeah, we actually call that our reinvented great room concept. During the day, you'll see people there networking, talking with each other, doing work with the free high-speed internet. They're drinking their Starbucks coffee, ordering food, all the things that you want to be able to do, but they're out of their room.
And they're shipping their stuff in the FedEx.
Shipping their stuff in the FedEx office,
which I love
absolutely.
as a planner. I did bring my bathing suit. I read on the website you have a pool.
Yeah. And actually it's heated, so that's even nicer. I mean, even though it's nice and warm outside, but even if you're here in the wintertime, you can still go outside and swim.
Excellent.
And it's beautiful. It's right on the rooftop. We actually will also do functions out there.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So I'm now with Ronnie D'Amelio and Jerry Amato. Jerry is one of the owners here at Mother's Restaurant in the Orleans Parish, and Ronnie is responsible for the private space that we're in. So Jerry, tell me about this amazing spot.
Well, we've been here a long time. We've been here since 1938. We're especially known for our best baked hams and our poor boys. We have a product called Daybrie, which tops off the ham sandwiches and roast beef sandwiches. We do a lot of local dishes. We do etouffees and gumbos and things like that. We're kind of a old generation restaurant that made it through all of the changes in the central business district.
Now, Ronnie, I understand that this space is used for groups and conventions that are in town and they want something a little different.
Right, it's a really good draw. The name Mother's really says it all, and it is New Orleans home cooking. We can accommodate about 100 seating, about 150 for a reception, and then if it gets bigger, we go into the half of the main restaurant through the old firewall door. Same atmosphere and all, and it works nicely.
And same food.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect, perfect. Wow, I'm hungry.
Well, you need to follow me and we'll see what we can do about that.
This afternoon we're in the sculpture gardens of City Park, which is a beautiful, vast green space here in the city of New Orleans. And I'm here with Donna Carl, who is our gracious host on this FAM. She is the Vice President of Client Relations for the New Orleans Convention and Visitors Bureau.
When you sign a contract with our city, the city of New Orleans, we have many services that are available to you to help you obviously have the best meeting possible.
Such as?
We have over 40 different items on our, what we call as a menu. And you can choose from any of those. You can choose all of them, you can choose one of them, but we will help you along the way. Our marketing and attendance building tools are incredible. Maybe planning a green meeting is important to you. We can help you along with that too. There are a lot of green initiatives going on in the city, whether you're in a hotel, whether you're using the convention center, we can help you out with that too. Another service that is important to us is emergency planning, and we will share our emergency plans with you. You share them with yours with us, and we'll help you with that too.
And you would offer that service to planners who maybe come to the city without an emergency plan in place?
Absolutely. Everything we have to offer is free of service.
I'm looking forward to continuing our walk on such a beautiful sunny day, and perhaps you could tell me a bit more about what the CVB offers planners when they come into the city.
I'd be happy to, Jennifer.
Great.
A lot of the shrubbery that's planted in here and the plants are all done by community service projects.
Really?
Volunteerism.
So if people coming in, they could actually organize to come in.
Absolutely. The City Park, not only in
This is is Elise Tusa, and she is the Director of Communications with the New Orleans Habitat for Humanity, and she's brought us out to our site today to talk about voluntourism and why New Orleans is leading the way in terms of group events who want to do something more with their meetings and their functions and their conventions.
What we're seeing is a lot of our groups are adding what they call a day of service, either one day before or one day after their event. For a minimal fee, they'll provide you a lunch and transportation out here, and they organize it and bring us the volunteers, and we'll have groups anywhere from 20 to 200 or 300.
And there's something going on every day?
Tuesday through Saturday, we run construction, which is 8 a.m. start up. By 4 o'clock, we're cleaned up and off the sites. And that gives them time to go back, relax, shower, and enjoy our city.
Do you have to be a carpenter by trade to come down and help, or?
No, basically you've got to come in comfortable clothes and closed-toed shoes, bring some sunscreen and some water. We break it down into simple tasks that anybody can accomplish. Now you'll go home sore and maybe with a few splinters or blisters, but you're going to have a good time and know that your work is helping to make a home for somebody.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it. Well, let's get back at it because we've got a lot still to accomplish on this house.
Let's see if we can help them out over here on these stairs. Let's grab some of this wood.
Okay.
Go.
Put that on there. This morning we're with Bob Johnson, who is the President and General Manager of the Montreal Convention Center. Now, Bob, I understand that since 2006, this beautiful facility has invested over $80 million in renovations. Perhaps you can share with us how you have invested that money in your space.
Certainly, and thank you very much. After Katrina, we had to renovate all the entire interior where the clients can come in and they feel more of a hotel environment. One of our dining options for small groups, anywhere from 5 to 100 people, can dine in here. This sits right above the atrium food court, which is seating for 400 people, and it provides food on a retail basis. And we try again to mirror the typical New Orleans cuisine. The Convention Center is the largest contiguous exhibit space in the country. That's 1.1 million square feet. Above that space, we have 140 meeting rooms. Just in the Convention Center area, there are 4,000 hotel rooms. We have over 20,000 hotel rooms within walking distance of the Convention Center, and that includes the French Quarter hotels. We now are the most robust convention center in the country in terms of technology. We have a 10 gig, 100% redundant internet backbone. We have fiber optic supported Ethernet system around the building so that it guarantees accessibility to the internet. We have placed in the lobby area widescreen video pods that disseminate information. They're totally programmable. We have 2 big video walls in the building that will display airline schedules on move-out days so the attendees can look up and see that their flight's on schedule, and we'll have baggage service that they can check their bag here at the building and it goes right to their final destination. So all of these things are intended to make the experience for both the meeting planner and for the attendees and their exhibitors the best it can be anywhere in the country. When a meeting planner and a group comes to the center, the first thing they recognize, in addition to all the physical improvements, is the improvement in the service levels. And that's the thing that I think I'm most proud of.
Wonderful.
Jennifer, thank you so much for allowing me to show you our facility, and I want you to come back to New Orleans very soon.
Thank you, Bob. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to New Orleans and to the Sheraton New Orleans Hotel.
Thank you.
I'm Tommy Morell. I'm the Area Director of Sales and Marketing for Starwood Hotels and Resorts in the Southeast region, based out of this property. Well, Jennifer, this meeting room we're in now, it's called the Rodrigue Gallery, and it's named after a famous artist. In fact, he's the artist laureate of the state of Louisiana, George Rodrigue. This particular room is about 3,000 square feet, and we can do 300 people for a standing reception. As you look around our hotel, you'll see a lot of evidence of our support of the arts and the artists here in New Orleans. Jennifer, allow me to introduce you to our Director of Catering and Convention Services, Martin Keeney.
Nice to meet you, Martin.
You as well, Jennifer. Welcome to New Orleans. Right now we're in our Armstrong Ballroom, which is one of 5 major ballrooms in the hotel, this being the most sought after.
I can see why. It's breathtaking.
Thank you. The hotel has over 100,000 square feet of meeting space. We can meet and feed in excess of 750 people, so it's a wonderful, flexible space. Starwood has really been an industry leader in making tools available to the meeting planner that assist with the planning process of the convention, management of costs, and then post-event, post-convention recaps. And we've included these in our Starwood Sustainable Meeting Practices. At the end of the conference, we also have a meetings impact report that we can provide to the planner at no cost, and this recaps the impact that their conference has made on the environment.
Wonderful.
Jennifer, allow me to introduce to you our Director of Sales, Brett Forshag.
Hi, Jennifer.
Nice to meet you, Brett.
I've got something I need to attend to. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Tommy.
Jennifer, it's so exciting to have you and FAMTripTV with us here today, just to welcome all of our viewers to New Orleans and the Sheraton New Orleans Hotel.
And we're happy to be here, Brett. Thank you.
Well, today we're in one of our standard guest rooms right now, and part of what we're doing here at the Sheraton New Orleans is a multi-million-dollar renovation that's in line with the Sheraton brand's $6 billion revitalization project that's happening throughout the world. This hotel offers quite a few amenities that you should know as a planner.
Okay.
Such as our room services 24 hours. We also offer a 24-hour fitness center, which is really a nice amenity for our guests.
Now, in terms of concessions, if planners are coming in town, what can they hope to negotiate with your sales team?
Well, that's our specialty. You know, group business is the name of the game here in New Orleans, and to that end, we do offer a 200-room club level here in this hotel. So it's roughly 18% of our overall inventories in our club level. We also have 53 suites here in the hotel, of which 2 are presidential suites. It's been a pleasure having you, and we invite all of our viewers with FAMTripTV to come down to the Sheraton New Orleans and have a great time.
Thank you, Brett.
Hello, you must be Jennifer.
I am. Nice to meet you.
I'm Alfred Gross. I'm the manager of the hotel, and please call me Al.
I will.
This is the Royal Sonesta, which is the most authentic hotel in the French Quarter. And I'm going to show you around today, but let's get some coffee before we get started.
That's a great idea.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers. Thank you.
Now we're in a special space, which is our tropical courtyard.
What a beautiful space.
Yeah, now we have a full-time horticulturalist who treats these hundreds and hundreds of plants as his children.
I can see that.
You know, this space is used for groups. We have 4,000 square feet of connecting space to the patio so that we can do meetings, we can do meet and feed here, we can do all kinds of things. You know, I think it's time we try a mint julep.
Mint julep, wonderful.
Yeah,
I've never
that's
had
a specialty of New Orleans and you must try it.
Oh, thank you.
Toast.
Cheers. Again. I'm gonna need to
We do a lot of that in New Orleans.
That's true, that's true, that's true. I'm learning that quickly. It's very refreshing. And strong, but good.
You know, the Royal Sonesta is a low-rise building. We have 7 stories on one side and 5 stories on the Bourbon Street side. And in the middle we have this fabulous pool area for relaxing, reading, in between meetings, things of this nature. But what that does is it gives us all these great spaces. So, for instance, on Bourbon Street, we have several great hospitality suites with big balconies to entertain up to 200 people so that you can go and you can get involved with the crowd, you can throw beads, all the wonderful things that people love to do. When you're done with that, you can retreat to this fine oasis back here.
It's very quiet.
Yes.
Considering how close we are to Bourbon Street.
Yes, it really is unique. Let's take a look at one of our poolside guest rooms.
Thank you.
Voila.
Voila, that's right.
At the Royal Sonesta, we have 500 guest rooms. Each features luxurious bedding, as you see here, with pillow-top mattresses, high-speed internet access, and of course, HD flat-screen TVs.
Beautiful.
Jen, here we are at the best jazz club in the city, Irvin Mayfield's Jazz Playhouse. Irvin Mayfield is a Billboard and Grammy award-winning trumpeter who is known as the epitome of jazz in the city. He books the room with the best jazz artists in the city, including a lot of emerging artists. It's approachable, it's fun, it's just a whole lot of fun. Our guests love it. Let's go in and see it.
Oh, I'd love to. I'm dying to see some New Orleans jazz.
My pleasure. Welcome.
One thing that I wanted to ask you, obviously as such a well-renowned musician, artist, why do you believe that the jazz scene here in New Orleans is important?
Well, I think the jazz scene is important as we find folks are looking for very authentic experiences in cities. Well, one of the authentic American experiences is jazz for New Orleans, because jazz was created right here in this city. And jazz exists in kind of a unique form here. Here we still dance, we still party, we still have jazz outside. Jazz is a part of everyday life. So you really don't get to know New Orleans unless you know it musically. And if you're going to know it musically, you have to know it through jazz.
Right. And here's the place to do it.
Well, this is one of the places. We're very proud about it. We pride ourselves upon being a 5-star jazz experience. Kind of like a lot of our great culinary heroes have done. This is kind of the first music offering where a personal brand kind of emanates in today's times, right here on Bourbon Street in the heart of the French Quarter at the Royal Sonesta Hotel.
It's a beautiful space. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
For being affiliated with such a beautiful property. Although New Orleans is known for its amazing nightlife, bars, and restaurants, for those conventioneers who need to get out in the morning and stretch their legs with some exercise, the city's done an amazing job of developing a network along the riverfront. Walking paths, running paths, and what have you, with coffee shops, restaurants that you can stop at after you've gotten some fresh air. I'm here with Ann Leonard, who is one of the instructors at the New Orleans School of Cooking. And Ann's going to show me how to cook in the Cajun and Creole style.
That's right. All right, we're going to do barbecue shrimp. Okay. So put that skillet in the fire. This is butter, always butter, never margarine. All right, we've got in here all kind of seasonings. We've got thyme, oregano, rosemary, black pepper, salt, and garlic, which we call the Pope in New Orleans.
Garlic's the Pope.
Yes,
because the Holy Trinity is?
The Holy Trinity is onions, bell pepper, and celery. That's the basis of our cooking. Kind of like the Creole and Cajun equivalent of the French mirepoix. So put that in.
Okay, just shake it in.
Right, put it in.
Okay.
All right, once that gets all mixed up, then we're going to put the shrimp in. We cut the heads off. Not the heads, we cut the eyes off, okay?
Okay.
But we leave the heads intact, okay? The rest of the head intact. We wash these ahead of time. These are big shrimp. These are Louisiana shrimp. There's nothing like it. What's happening after a while is the fat, I know it doesn't sound good, but the fat in the head kind of oozes out into the butter sauce, and that's what makes it so rich. And that's why it's important to cook it with the heads on, because the fat is in the heads, okay? All right, now we're going to put in the shrimp stock, okay? Okay, shake.
Give it a shake, okay.
We do this with a lot of people. We can do as many as 100 and something people during this dish. We'll have a bunch of stations, and everybody will be, not everybody will be doing this, but there'll be like 4 or 5 groups that'll be doing it.
Right, so each person does each group does a course.
Yeah, they'll each do like a gumbo, an entree, and maybe 2 desserts or 2 entrees, whatever they want to do, basically. Okay. All right, let's take one of these pats of butter and throw it at a time.
Okay. How do you do that?
Just grab it.
Grab
throw
it?
in, you know.
All right.
That's it. Let that melt. Shake it.
Okay.
And that dissolves, and we'll put the next pat in.
Now, this is obviously an excellent option for team building.
Definitely.
And
that's a lot of fun.
You do this in here as well as off-site.
We have other facilities, and plus this one. And it's really fun because people like to drink, and then it gets even more fun when they're drinking, you know. And some people don't like to cook, so they'll help serve they'll serve, or they'll chop. Or
make the plates pretty.
Yeah, they'll do it all. You know, sometimes it's competitive. You know, and but there's just all kind of things that we do.
And how many people could you take?
Well, in this facility here, in this room, we can handle about 20 people. We have other classrooms here, which we can handle more, and then we have a large facility where we can handle over 100. All right, let's do the last thing, our beer. And you want the beer to be at room temperature, okay? You want to cool this mixture down. And we're going to do this 1 more minute, and that'll be it. Oh, that looks great. Beautiful. That looks gorgeous. Can't ask for anything better. And then the French bread will come and have a feast. And that's how you make barbecue shrimp.
Nice.
Less than 5 minutes it's cooked.
Now you also have a demonstration kitchen.
We sure do, and it's a lot of fun.
So they sit in a classroom and an instructor tells them
and
what to
we entertain them, and we cook everything in front of them. And everything we use is Louisiana. You can like dunk it in there.
Okay.
Oh. To die for. Now lick your fingers.
So So we're off to our next location, but the one thing that I wanted to mention before we move on is that the New Orleans School of Cooking actually also does their hands-on and demonstration cooking classes in larger facilities. So if you were in a hotel or a convention center and you wanted them there, they can do this for big audiences as well.
Pots and pans to go.
Exactly, as well as in here in their beautiful facilities in the French Quarter.
Okay.
Thanks, Anne. We're here today with Fred Sawyers, who is the general manager of the Hilton New Orleans Riverside. Fred, what have you got to show me?
Well, we're very excited to have you here at the largest hotel in the city. We're going to start with Drago's, which is our seafood restaurant here. It is one of the highest grossing in the city, and it also has as its feature dish the charbroiled oyster, described as the single best bite of food in New Orleans.
I did read that.
Spirits Bar, very lively place to go. And of course, for meeting planners, we've got 130,000 square feet of meeting space, most of it on 3 interlocking floors.
Fantastic.
A lot to show you. So shall we head to the health club?
Love it.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh, what a great view, Fred.
Yes, one of the most wonderful things about our hotel is it's truly in the center of it all. We're right across the street from Harrah's Casino, adjacent to the convention center, and of course the convention center is very easily accessible through our Riverwalk shopping mall.
Which I noticed today was air conditioned, so those delegates will want to know that.
Yes, indeed.
Now, where are we right now?
We're in the Executive Lounge, which serves our 200 most exclusive rooms of our 1,622 room property.
In researching your property, I understand that the Hilton has a corporate social responsibility program in place. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, we really like to partner with our groups on corporate social responsibility, and that's all accessible through our website. We're also a leader in sustainability among all of Hilton.
Fantastic. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Fred. We have to move on, but I'm sure we'll be back.
Hope to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This afternoon, I'm with Steve Pettis, who is the managing partner of Dickey Brennan & Company. Steve, thank you for bringing me to this beautiful space.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here.
Now, I understand that this room in particular is part of a complex of many rooms that you can offer a private dining group that wanted to come in. Now, how would you work with this group? How could you make this easy for them?
What we do is we have everything's obviously online. We have a full-time sales staff. Company-wide, between Palace Cafe, Dickey Brennan Steakhouse, and Bourbon House, we have 13 private dining rooms, seating anywhere between 10 people to 150 for sit-down dinners. Receptions up to 225, 230. Each restaurant has its own dedicated staff for private functions, and then Palace Cafe and Bourbon House in particular have dedicated kitchens for their functions as well.
Wonderful. Now, we are going to take a look at some of the other rooms on this floor.
Right now we're in Palace Cafe. This is the fleur-de-lis room. This building was built in 1900 and has a lot of memories for New Orleanians. We also, in this building, we have the Canal Street room, which overlooks Canal Street, the busiest street in New Orleans. And then we have the wine room, which is very popular as well.
Well, Steve, I thank you very much for having us here, and I look forward to bringing a group to you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. This evening we are in the Hotel Monteleone with Andrea Thornton, who is the Director of Sales and Marketing. Hi,
Welcome,
Andrea.
Jennifer. We're so delighted to have you here. And I'm so pleased to be able to tell you about our hotel. It's been here since 1886, through 4 generations of Monteleones, always in the Monteleone family.
And I just noticed that you pronounced it differently than I did.
Yes. They pronounce it Monteleone, but in Italy it's Monteleone.
Monteleone.
That's correct.
Okay.
So also, I think one of the things that makes the hotel so very, very special is that we've only had 5 general managers in all that 125 years. We will be celebrating our 125th anniversary next year, so we're very, very excited about that.
Congratulations, that's wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
As we were coming in, you're right on Royal Street, which has a very significant importance here in the French Quarter.
Oh, it's the premier street of the French Quarter. We're surrounded by 10 of the best restaurants, all within a 2-block radius, and high-end art and antique galleries. We have 24 meeting rooms. They take up 24,000 square feet of space. We have quite a few that have ambient light. We have one that has a balcony so that you can enjoy Royal Street from there. We have several others that overlook the Mississippi River. And then we also have our Royal Ballroom on the ground level with 4 meeting rooms that open up into each other and beautiful views of Royal Street, but it's totally soundproof.
That's fantastic. It's impressive because this lobby feels very intimate and it's deceiving. I was shocked to hear and to read on your website that you have so many guest rooms and so many meeting spaces.
Yes, well, we have 600 guest rooms, 55 suites, but a lot of people stay here and they don't even realize that it's that large. It has the boutique feel.
It really does.
And the employees help make it that way as well.
It's wonderful.
We finished a $70 million renovation back in 2004, then did some updating after that as well, and well, continually. But we renamed all of our large suites after the authors that have not only stayed here, but also wrote and included the Montleone in their works.
Fantastic.
We are a literary landmark.
Yes.
We're one of only 3 hotels in the country, not just, you know, in the South, in the country that have that status. The other 2 being the Algonquin and the Plaza in New York.
Wonderful.
Yes.
You are amongst great company.
Right. And then, of course, we're also a historic landmark, which makes us very, very proud. Jennifer, here we are in the Truman Capote Suite. Welcome. This is one of 55 suites in the hotel. We have 7 large suites.
The carousel bar is very, very special because I noticed that it was spinning. And I didn't notice it until we were actually in it, because when we first glanced in from the lobby, I thought it was a beautiful bar, but I didn't realize it was spinning until we were actually in it.
Actually, it turns 1 rotation per 15 minutes. Some people say 1 per drink. We also have 2 wonderful award-winning restaurants. Then when we go up a little further, we have a spa. And we also have a fitness center that's open 24/7 as well, and our rooftop swimming pool.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm so
Thank
glad.
you so
Come
much,
back
Andrea.
soon and bring friends.
I will. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Jennifer. I'm Mark Wilson, Director of Sales and Marketing of the Roosevelt, the newest member of Waldorf Astoria Hotels and Resorts.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mark.
Well, thanks for coming. We're looking forward to our tour today. We wanted to start right here in the lobby, which is our sense of arrival, which is second to none in the city. This block-long lobby starts you here on what we'll soon be calling Roosevelt Way and takes you all the way to the back door, where you are right across the street from the French Quarter. Should we go take a look at our premier event space?
Absolutely.
All right, come right with me.
Lead the way. What a great space, Mark.
Well, thanks. This is one of the most iconic aspects of our hotel. And what makes it particularly interesting is our long-term legacy with entertainment. This room is an older room. It does have columns, but upstairs we have our Roosevelt Ballroom, which is 20,000 square feet and is column-free. We have right next to that the Crescent City Ballroom, which is 13,000 square feet. So this hotel can actually meet and feed 800 people. And we have another 24 meeting rooms, including the Huey P. Long Executive Boardroom. What's neat about this property is, although there's a lot of historic aspects to it, we did a lot of things throughout the property to make it appeal to the modern as well. As far as our guest rooms go, this property is 504 guest rooms with 135 suites. And our smallest guest rooms were maid suites, and so we really have one of the greatest space to rooms ratios in town. The guest rooms are 80% king bedded, the other 20% are queen. Suites go from being the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential to our butler service suites called the Astorias, which are just like the service you would get on a cruise ship.
That's good to know for VIPs.
Yeah, and all of the guest rooms have all the accoutrements of luxury, you know, whether it's bathrobes or slippers and 24-hour room service, and of course twice daily turn-down service. Well, Jennifer, here we are in the Sazerac Bar, one of the most historic bars in the city of New Orleans. We are looking at some murals that really depict life in old Louisiana. But as we're standing here and thinking about this bar, right next door is the Sazerac Restaurant, which features some of New Orleans' greatest fare. The pool is opening up today, and we're having barbecue up there, and
Perfect weather for it.
Perfect weather for it. We are now standing in the Guerlain Spa, which is only one of 3 in the country with Waldorf Astoria Hotels and Resorts. And this is our spa. It's 12,000 square feet with 10 treatment rooms. It's right on the street with street side access, and we do hair and nails and manicures and pedicures. And it's a really great opportunity to take advantage of that relaxation moment during a meeting and when you're in town. So thanks for coming to look at it. I think it's a great way to end our tour of the Roosevelt.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your time today.
You're welcome.
We have a very special guest with us this afternoon.
Hi, my name is Warren Ruther, and I am the founder of Hospitality Enterprises, the largest destination management company here in New Orleans. So welcome to New Orleans. Welcome to our company.
Thank you, Warren.
We have all the pieces that the conventions that come here need. We have a transportation company, as you can see here, with our New Orleans Tours over-the-road buses, which also does convention shuttles. Airport Shuttle, which is the official transportation company from the New Orleans International Airport to all the hotels in downtown New Orleans. The paddle wheel boat, the Creole Queen, 1,000-passenger paddle wheel boat that does dinner jazz cruises on the Mississippi River every night. And also the John Lafitte Swamp Tours down in South Louisiana, where John Lafitte and all his pirates live. And the boat actually goes into the John Lafitte National Wildlife Preserve. Because of our company being one pulse, one team, it makes it extremely easy for a convention company to come here into the city, deal with one company, and satisfy all their needs in a very professional manner.
And thank you, Warren, for hosting us, because you've been our transportation partner throughout this whole experience. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
When your delegates ask you for something different, be sure to send them to Magazine Street, because this is a local's paradise filled with antique shops, restaurants, bars, and internet cafes. It's just off the downtown, and it's an excellent place to spend an afternoon. In the downtown area, a mere blocks from the convention center, New Orleans has developed a museum district that is as rich in history as is the city. Behind me, we have the Civic War Museum, we have the Ogden Museum of Southern Art, we have the Contemporary Arts Museum, and of course the World War II Museum. All can be used as attractions for your delegates as well as off-site venues. Our host this evening is Lisa Sins, who's the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Arnaud's Restaurant, and she is going to show us this beautiful off-site restaurant which is in the French Quarter.
Arnaud Casanave, our precious founder, that cute little man in the middle, started with this building here in 1918. The buildings range from about 185 to almost 300 years old, and this is where he started. It was a private home originally, and then gradually bought the 11 surrounding homes to make up the whole restaurant. These are our public dining rooms, but you could buy out all of downstairs for a private party. You could buy the whole place for $1,800 to $2,000 with different great food and music in every dining room.
2,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we have 17 dining rooms, so there's not much you can't do here. You have the Malion, the Sheraton, the Marriott, everything's within walking distance. That's why it's just such a great destination to do any kind of meeting. So follow me, let's go have dinner.
Here's the thing, bars here don't have any closing hours. Thank you so much, Donna. I've had the most amazing time here in New Orleans, checking the city out. It's been a great, great experience.
Well, we've loved hosting you here this week, Jennifer, and I hope that you've enjoyed seeing everything that New Orleans has to offer you for both conventions and organizations and associations that want to bring their meetings here.
Now, we've obviously gotten off Bourbon Street, now we're here on Frenchman Street, and we're going to listen to some real authentic jazz, which is exciting for me.
Yeah, you know, Frenchman Street's a little treasure. It's a little hidden treasure that's out there that a lot of tourists and convention attendees really don't find. This is where the locals hang out.
Awesome. I can't wait. Okay. So exciting. Thank you for showing it to me.
Absolutely. Well, let's go hear some music.